I'm reporting to you live from a field full of mud and Bitcoin, which is not Bitcoin mining, it's not a solar farm, and we're pushing towards that goal. My name is Vosker on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, where I document all this crazy crypto that I do. I'm somewhere between a genius and an idiot. And today I just want to run through what we're doing here on the farm, why, and how we're trying to inch towards our goal of building a solar powered Bitcoin mining farm. But before we do that, we need just, the electric line ran out here and just be able to turn the lights on. If you're unfamiliar with my crazy crypto journey, this should get you up to speed. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is nice. There's just so many hurdles. There's so many obstacles. There's so many things to overcome. For example, I am in what is now a field of dirt. This is some acreage that's been previously farmed. And you look behind me, we're still farming it, but not this specific area. I'm taking this area to pursue these basically, Bitcoin dreams, right? But dirt's fine when it's nice and dry, but a little bit of rain on topsoil like this, oh, it gets muddy. It gets muddy fast. So what I've been working on, you may notice the equipment back here is we're shaving off the spongy topsoil. We're getting down to some harder dirt. One of the ways you can tell that is really even just the dirt color changes. And with that, it's going to be harder. It's going to be more compact. And so then we'll be able to put gravel on top. We have a reliable dirt base. We add gravel, and then we can drive around. And you may think, why do you need that? Well, there's the garage component to VoskCoin HQ, which is going to serve as our warehouse, our test bench, and some miners will be housed in there, and many other things will be housed in there related to the business. But I'll walk over here and give you a quick shot of the mining shed, which is not yet turned on. This is our mining shed 2.0 here. And this is gonna be really where the magic happens, where we crunch the numbers. You'll also notice a massive garage door behind me on the way to the shed, and that's gonna be an RV garage door. I mean, you could pull a fire truck in there. It's overbuilt, but I future-proofed it. To up the cost a little bit, I could get any kind of equipment I could pretty much ever want or need in there. And well, anything that size would be heavy and definitely shouldn't be driving around on mud. You'll quickly get stuck. My truck just pulling off into this instantly got stuck. Fortunately, your boy knows to get four-wheel drive, especially in an area like this, in a climate like mine here in Virginia. So the mining farm will need a lot of maintenance. It'll need a lot of service. I'm gonna look like a little busy bee going between that building and the HQ right here. Furthermore, that is just the first of many buildings we're gonna be dropping over there. A shipping container mining farm, a custom built pod for mining. I'm gonna explore all the different ways that we can basically have a modular, rapidly deployable, mineable setup that you guys can copy and take pieces of if you want, or be like, wow, I'm glad you did that, Vos, because that design seems to really suck. And that's part of the fun for me. I really enjoy the R&D, the research and design. I enjoy the trial and error. This is as much like a business for me as it is like a labor of love and passion. I'm a fucking nerd. I enjoy all this technology. I love infrastructure. Designing and building a building, whether it's for a multi-purpose use like this building, or a very niche case use like a mining shed, I think is absolutely fun. So again, basically I'm pulling gravel out probably like 50 feet this way, and then gonna put a gravel drive all the way down there because I need to be able to access it in any weather conditions. I need to be able to bring vehicles down there. The equipment I will be moving some days will be in volume and it'll be heavy. I need to work efficiently. What sucks about this though is the simple fact that well, I gotta buy rocks, and buying rocks is honestly just kind of, it gets old. It gets old quick because gravel is expensive. Every cost has risen, as you probably know, inflation, this, that, whatever. But the fact is that everything is up huge compared to what it was. So for example, I'm paying $22.50, which is a better rate than the retail rate in my area of about $28.50 per ton of 57, specifically gravel 57. It's that just smaller crushed gravel that you're probably accustomed to seeing. This is like standard issue, typical gravel. That's what I want, that's what I like. It's the most cost effective, it gets the job done. I don't need to bring in something like 21A or 3s on this, I don't think. Other than maybe a few areas, I might bring some in. There's a couple low spots. You may notice a darker spot of dirt back there. And then also if you look past me, you can see not only a darker spot of dirt, but also sitting water. Sitting water, that looks like spongy dirt right there, something to avoid. And again, with this is gonna be kind of like, you know, the minimal prep, the basic prep needed. I imagine next year I'm gonna have to bring in more gravel because this soft dirt will eat more. This soft dirt will basically eat it up, and it'll have some low spots. It'll get muddy and lose traction, and you know, it's kind of just upkeep and the building of it. Obviously, this will never be paved, and these are some hurdles that I didn't really mentally think about. You know, you're so fixated on the farm, you're so fixated on buying and sourcing Bitcoin miners and the design of, say, you know, you're mining, building your facility there, and also obviously VoskCoin HQ. I've been very like wrapped up in that, but I didn't really think about how I was going to space these out to maximize the area I'm using and leave room for expansion as well. How, you know, well, I've got to get between them now, and the more distance I added, the more gravel I need. And that's an expense. I'm going to probably spend, the final bill has not come in yet. We're going to be hopefully doing this week, in a few days, the rain lets up. But yeah, we're looking at $10,000 to $20,000 to do this. It's a lot of rock. It's a lot of rock. We're looking at probably 500 tons of gravel. And you know, that alone has an inherent bill. Obviously you have equipment charges, labor on top of that. And that's just kind of the situation, you know, we're dealing with. Those are expenses. I'll be honest, I really underestimated in this endeavor. And so that's fine. Because for me, this is super long-term as it gets, long-term until I die. You know, that's the game I'm playing with this. And I'm interested in doing things once, doing them right. And if I need to slow down and put more money towards my mining farm infrastructure, then so be it. That's going to cost me a couple miners. That's going to decrease my mining profitability. That's going to set me back. Yeah, no doubt. But I'm here to have a stress-free operation. And, you know, again, just do it once, do it right. I hate to say the same thing and sound redundant. The other thing I'm working on is pulling single phase electricity, which I talked more about in the electricity vlog, but the short story of it is basically I'm pulling single phase electricity out here because it's the only thing that's currently available, and I am working with the electric company to bring out three phase. Three phase will be very expensive to do, most likely. It may be something that either I'm just gonna have to run all the numbers, and it either will not be done, or I'll have to continue campaigning until they'll flex on the price more with me. I'm also evaluating building a portion of the solar farm just to send electricity back into the grid and essentially try to, in a way, sweeten the deal of like, hey, I'm kind of building this for you and I need you to build the infrastructure to support it as well. But again, this is early and I have so much more to kind of just research, figure out here on that front. Right now I've got my electrical contractor on the way, and we're going to be running through some of the numbers, some of the options, and just submitted another load letter to my electric company, and what we're going to do is basically we're going to put a transformer pretty much right in between these two buildings, and we're going to pull two different services off of that. That will ensure that I don't have too much loss coming from the transformer there to the actual mining shed running too far of a distance from the HQ building, and then I'll have also additional electricity. Right now 600 amp panels apparently in a huge shortage and really difficult to get. 400 amps, 200 amp circuit panels can be sourced more easily, at least in my area, so I'm told. So instead of doing a bunch of hunting, this and that, seems like a very simple, straightforward solution that'll get me going, get me running. With 400 amps of electricity, even on single phase, I'll be able to deploy every piece of equipment I have right now, and then I'll run the numbers and see how much further I can take that, and really just go from there. I may be adding another service here until I'm able to get more solar panels up. Obviously three phase realistically, talking through everything, running the numbers, I knew it'd be bad, but it's going from like a couple months, 3 months, 6 months to realistically I'm probably looking at more like a year-long process, and even that has a huge dependency, or even just a huge variable there. So time will tell. When it comes to mining cryptocurrencies, electricity it's your lifeblood, and so if I've got no juice, it really limits how much I can do, or even if anything. Right now I have idle hardware. Idle hardware is depreciating. I'm losing money. Conditions have been great in recent history to stack coins. The mining difficulty had gone down. It's coming up a little bit as prices have seen a little bit of relief recently. And again, I'm missing all of this. I'm hashing with everything I can with my current electrical constraints, but yeah, again, it's just not all that much. So I'm not upset, but I am frustrated. It's a missed opportunity, and it's definitely the struggle of building a farm and building more at scale. You hit different issues. And electricity is a huge hurdle, from having a good electrical contractor to even getting on the schedule, getting decent prices in this kind of market, to getting through your local government, to getting the ball rolling with your electric company. And that's just that front. Then obviously you have to source internet. Right now the short-term plan is just simply Starlink, which is incredible that is an option I have here that has saved me so much stress. The other option, pulling hardwired at Xfinity cable internet, they don't even want my business. And then when I do try to get their business, they throw just ballpark numbers at me, $40,000 to run a cable, okay, and then bill me indefinitely for that infrastructure that I built out. I ran the numbers. It's something like doing that versus just adding an additional Starlink service, which is not cheap by any means. It costs $110 a month. It would take me over 30 years just to break even. I might be dead in 30 years. However, hardwired internet has a track record, reliability, potentially enhanced speeds. It really depends. I have not set up Starlink yet. I have had it and been getting billed for months, because they say if you cancel the service that you had to buy the hardware for to deploy, you may even lose your spot because availability is limited. So, they kind of put me in a chokehold and said, hey buddy, you paying unless you want to maybe lose your spot. Yeah, I know we charge you $600 for the little dish, but that's the kind of game we play. And I'm like, great, what a great game. I'm really glad I'm playing this game with you. And then they slap me in the face and spit on me, and we move on. It's a really great experience. It's a wonderful life we live. But in all seriousness, I actually am really just excited and fortunate that I even have that satellite internet option available here, because electricity, that's the lifeblood, but so is internet. There's no mining without internet. But there's a lot of alternative options. You can even mine on a hotspot. I could mine on a cell service out here. The actual data transferred over most mining algorithms is actually pretty low. Namely, Bitcoin mining is very low data intensity, where there are a few algorithms, none that I really currently mine, that are actually very, very data intensive. For example, with Ethereum, you have to deal with the DAG, but there's some other ones like MTP that I noticed had consumed a lot of data on my network in times past. But again, you know, I'll deal with things as they come what may. So I'm gonna go over here and seek some shade, because it's getting toasty. It's getting real toasty. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's pretty much the update. You know, moving forward, looking forward, that's the situation. That is a terrible echo. Hey, who goes there? Looking forward, moving forward, I'm pretty much just gonna, you know, do what I can, do everything I can, and just push forward as fast as I can. But I am easing off the gas some, and I hate to say that it's a little disappointing in a way for like my go, you know, business style mindset. But like I've really strained my home life, my personal health, my mental health. I mean, I've been running on E for years, and it's been very taxing. And I'm really feeling, you know, just the negative impacts across the board with very many things. So obviously, I'm not giving up, but I continue to push forward. But I'm taking a couple more deep breaths. I'm moving at a more reasonable pace. And I've really gone over the biggest hurdles, and I've triumphed over the bigger challenges here so far. But you know, the battle's not over, and we haven't won yet. And God damn it, I hate losing, so I'm not just gonna give up here. So that's the latest, and I sincerely appreciate all you guys who take the time and watch the videos, tune in, subscribe to the channel. You know, if you hit the thumbs up and leave a comment, it does mean a lot. It does make a difference, especially with the YouTube algorithm. You may notice we're also putting out more short form content, so please support us on TikTok Reels, as well as even YouTube Shorts. So I know the shorts many of them will be recycled content from bigger videos. Maybe you haven't seen it, or maybe you have, but we're just trying to mix it up, and you know, for better and probably worse. There's so many people now, and all they do is consume short form content. It's crazy. And if, as a content creator from that side of VoskCoin, if we don't adapt and evolve, we'll become extinct. So hey, stick around, watch the videos, otherwise we'll die. Thanks for watching.